President and PM's disputes on Jewish state bill may put off early elections. Vote on Zoabi bill delayed due to Rivlin appeal. Sarkozy pushes party to vote against Palestinian state. And winter storms continue around the country. Shalom and welcome to the Jerusalem Post News. The top stories for November 26th. A dispute broke out between President Reuven and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu over the controversial Jewish state bill yesterday. Speaking at a conference in Eilat, Rivlin said the bill plays into the hands of the very people who wish to slander Israel. This squabble could force Netanyahu to keep his fragile coalition together. Reuven, who has repeatedly spoken out against advancing the next election, will decide who will form the next government. His strong criticism of the Jewish state bill could persuade Netanyahu that it's not an issue on which to initiate an election. The bill has sparked heated discussion across the political spectrum.
This law is anti-democratic and could be used for legitimizing racism and discrimination against Palestinian citizens of Israel.
It is not really needed for the Israeli population because there is, of course, agreement between all of us here that it is a Jewish and democratic state. And of course, it will not harm in any way the rights of the minorities. But it's another tool in the hand of the Supreme Court judges.
A vote on the controversial Haneen Zoabi bill has been delayed due to an appeal by Justice Minister Rivlin. The Knesset was supposed to vote on the bill today, and if passed, it would enable the legislature to remove the Balad MK from the Knesset immediately and permanently. Zoabi has a history of controversial activity in and out of the Knesset, including participation in the 2010 Gaza flotilla on the infamous Mavi Marmara. The bill, proposed by MK David Rotem, would permit the Knesset to ban an MK who encourages terrorism and acts against the state, even if he or she has not been convicted of a crime. A source close to Rivlin said the bill raises heavy legal questions that require clarification. Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy implored members of his UMP party to vote against a motion for Palestinian statehood in France's parliament on December 2nd. Referring to last week's deadly terror attack on a Jerusalem synagogue, he spoke out against unilateral recognition at a time when there is no peace process. Israeli officials said, unlike votes held recently in other European parliaments, a substantial minority is likely to vote against the motion in the French parliament. Netanyahu addressed the issue of European recognition of a Palestinian state in a meeting yesterday with his Czech counterpart, Bohuslav Sobotka.
These twin needs of mutual recognition and solid security arrangements on the ground, which are so essential for peace, these are not addressed by the European countries that unilaterally give recognition to a Palestinian state. I think that's a big mistake for peace.
And heavy rainstorms continue to batter Israel from north to south today, leading to heavy gridlock, road closures and rising water levels, especially in the center. Serious gridlock was reported during rush hour on dozens of roads across Israel, though by midday the National Traffic Police said that most of the intercity highways were running freely. The rains hit central Israel the hardest, with certain areas receiving between 60 and 100 millimeters of water, while in areas in the Golan Heights there were 30 millimeters of rain. And that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with the top stories from Israel. Until then, shalom from the Jerusalem Post studio.